Hello, my dear, and welcome to our 5 minutes with Ekaterina war vlog about Dnipro, the central Ukraine. Right now, I'm not at home. I'm in England, opening the exhibition Ukraine in 21st Century: Peace, War, Refugees. And here's the first stand of it. You can see the information about creators and the board commemorating Sviatoslav Pashinsky, an artist who was killed by Russians in March 2022, defending his motherland. And the very beginning of the exhibition, the very first dedication is to those who died and those who survived Russia's unjust war of aggression against Ukraine. I'm a curator of this exhibition, but along with myself, you can see that there are pictures made by Oksana Cherna, who is a photographer. She is a press officer of the 53rd Brigade, and all the war pictures were made by her. Also, you can see William Brown, whose beautiful illustrations are also presented in the exhibition, and our friends Hugh Chaplin and Yulia Kushner, who gave their photographs about peaceful life in Ukraine and about the life of refugees for this exhibition. I also myself printed some pictures made in Dnipro, and you can also see them on display. So that's how the space is looking like. And the very first stand is dedicated to peace. And here you can see some footage, some pictures from Dnipro. Some of them I made myself. The main picture is made by Yulia, and it's her daughter in Ukraine in 2021. It's a relatively peaceful time. The most parts of Ukraine didn't feel the war for the 8 first years, and this is the central Ukraine, which was pretty calm and peaceful back then. And then there are some pictures made by Hugh, the poster made by Bill. You can see it a little bit better if I come a little bit out. And here also you see the newspapers, and I didn't find the old newspapers, old enough newspapers. So the peaceful part, it also has a lot of patches about the war. And the second part is the main part. It is about the war, and the most pictures, the biggest part of it, are pictures made by Oksana. Here you can see it. It is the 53rd Brigade in Avdiivka. Now Avdiivka is occupied by Russians, and a little bit here you can see what they've done to the houses. And there are some pictures from Dnipro. This one, for example, is about Dnipro, and this one is also, it's from our bomb shelter. This is bomb shelter I was telling you about in my school, and the other one is under the tram rails. So also you can see the posters made by Bill, and this is a very touchy newspaper. You can see a man who came back from the war, and basically you can see the love story there. It was published in our local newspaper. The war part starts with 2014, and I mentioned here, I printed the Times newspaper here, when they still mentioning Kiev, and the man who is reporting about it is actually sitting in Moscow, talking about Ukraine from the pro-Russian point of view, finding some men saying that Ukraine are occupiers actually, which is ridiculous. Basically, all the reporting from 2014 were done in this way, so it's terrible. And the situation changed a little bit after MH17 crash. And here also is the information about the abducted Ukrainian children put in adoption by Russia. And they put the information that about 20,000 children were kidnapped by Russians, and we were able to bring back about 50. And this 20,000 is a very modest, actually, count, because probably there are many more children. It might be like up to 70,000 people who were abducted by Russians, like who are minors. And the military part is also continuous here, where there is a symbolic camouflage net, and people were able to wave red and black ribbons in order to commemorate people who shed their blood defending their motherland, defending the earth. This is the flag which was used by Ukrainian insurgent army in the beginning of the 20th century. And the real camouflage net, just to show how it looks like. And the last part of the exhibitions is refugees. In the middle, you can see the picture made by myself. It is a car which was repaired by Buddy in the workshop that he runs, and this was done with the help of your donations, through administered by myself. And you can see also the poem here made by one of the refugees, Tatiana Horetsvit, and she is talking about her home here, and she's just explaining a little bit her feelings. Also, you see the big poster in Ukrainian, the big newspaper in Ukrainian language, where they talk about the difficulties of refugees. And 39% are women, for example, 38% are children, 14% are people who are age of more than 60 years old, and only 10% are men. So it's all the problems that refugees experience. And this is the three pictures of bomb shelters and peaceful life of refugees who are here in England. So that's how it looks like in the space, how the exhibition looks like in the space. The space is pretty big here. And the other two bits of it, there are smaller bits. You can see a little bit out there. And they are the books. You can see, for example, here's the book of Timothy Snyder on tyranny, and you can see the story of Alexander Shershin, who was reading it in the change, and then who met Timothy Snyder. And the book is absolutely amazing. It's very easy to read, so if you have a chance, please do it. It's what we need to know about the tyranny after the 20th century. And the postcards with my pictures, the patches here, and there were paintings of the local painter who is also a refugee, but now she took them, and now we have a picture of Oksana and my photograph from Dnipro. Here's the review book. You can see that visitors were already there, leaving their feedback. And this anti-hedgehogs, or hedgehogs, anti-tank hedgehogs, I made myself with the help of my friends, so it's just to create this feeling of how it's to be like in mind one. This part is also the books and basically some more posters. So that's the exhibition. It had pretty good reviews in York, and I feel like people abroad deserve to know not only about the war, but also about the peaceful life, about the problems of refugees, and it's something that we need to do. So thank you for your support, thank you for spreading the information, thank you for talking to your friends about Ukraine, and I hope to see you very soon under much better circumstances. Goodbye for now.